pastor, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I want to start out with the quote. You better stay a child as long as you can because you'll be an adult forever. And one of my favorite songs. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. That sang for my mom and that song. Being 41 today, I understand adulthood all so clearly. But listen, growing up in the 80s, I wanted to dance like Michael Jackson. I wanted to shoot a ball like Michael Jordan. I wanted to drive a car like Michael Knight's kid. Because Romeo, oh Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo, just wasn't cool to me. Matter of fact, when I was a youngster, forget the exact age, but I got separated from my family at the beach, was lost, and I was crying. Two women approached me and said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I'm lost. I can't find my mom." They said, "Well, we'll help you. What's your name?" And if you're thinking, "Oh, no, he didn't do it." Yes, I did. With eyes full of tears, I looked them dead in the face and said, "Michael." A few moments later, I hear my mom screaming, "Romeo, Rome," as she's sprinting to me. She drops to her knees and she embraces me with the tightest hug. One of the women said, "His name isn't Romeo, it's Michael." If you've ever seen the movie or the TV show where the one mom gets super upset because somebody then said something about their child that they know isn't true, that's exactly who my mom turned into at that moment. But enough about Michael, because you can see that got me into a little bit of trouble. It was 31 years ago to this day, Saturday. I told you guys my mom was a single mom. And exactly at that moment, my father had just quit his job because the child court awarded my mom $44.12 in child support. He didn't want to pay that. He thought the cost was too much. So my mom didn't have a whole lot of money. There was no birthday presents. There was no birthday cake or ice cream. But I remember she called me into the kitchen and she had a peanut butter and honey sandwich made on thick toasted French bread with the candle in it. She sang to me happy birthday. We shed a couple of tears because I knew at an early age what she was up against. I knew she wanted to do better. A couple of years later, my grandmother, when I graduated elementary school, took me to the Bahamas as a reward. I have never seen water so majestic, so blue, and so crystal clear. My grandmother had friends in almost every country she visited because she was a repeat visitor. She loved to travel. I met a gentleman by the name of Andy and became friends with Andy Jr. I was afraid I can swim, but I've never been in the ocean. But with Andy Jr., he said, "I got you." And for some reason, I believed him. We went scuba diving where we got conch shells or conch fish, took them to a local restaurant. They cooked them for us, polished up the shells, and I gifted them to my mom when I returned. Well, I also met a young lady by the name of Raven. We became pen pals for a little while. Growing up, we lost touch. From time to time, I sit back and I think, did Raven or Andy Jr. ever reach whatever their dreams were? Did they shoot for those stars and the moons? Are they still reaching? I think back to the times that me and my sister would ride our bikes and skateboard to our grandmother's house in the summertime and just have fun. A simpler time where we can go to the park, drink from the water fountain, or drink from the hose at the house without the risk of getting COVID. But anyway, thinking about today and enjoying my 41st birthday, I mentioned to you all a couple speeches ago that I started a 45-day self-love journey. And today is day 45. I want you to understand that out of 37 of those days, I went to the gym, went on a hike. I did some type of self-love. I was very disciplined. Also, at the age of 41, I understand something, that you have to love the three U's in life. The past you, like Miss Cheryl said in her opening with her quote, you've made mistakes, you may have fumbled and come back from it. The present you, that's no longer making those same type of mistakes. That's learning, developing the resources, and taking the proper steps to take care of the future you. And the future me, I can't wait to meet that guy. I love that guy, and I want that guy to know that I'm doing the right things, that I'm taking care of myself, that I'm making a proper investment so that we can have a secure future. And to my children, I didn't have the best parents growing up, but they did, I believe my mom did the best that she could do. And that's what I give myself credit for today. So thank you, Toastmasters and guests, for allowing me to take you on a trip on back in the day. But I want you to understand that I am loving and enjoying today. Thank you.